This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo, what up though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It to See No podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
your boy Vito Purdy in the building.
Vito Purdy. What up, though? I see y'all 3-0 going into week 4 ball.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to that. Y'all looking official, man. Y'all looking official.
One thing I can say, y'all look way better than I thought y'all was gonna look.
Yeah, I think that's for everybody. I think everybody is like, wow, the Rams look way better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shout out to that. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If this your first time tuning in, salute to you. Do us a favor, hit the sub button, like button, and the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. You agree with something, disagree, want to correct us on something, or if you want to call us an Oouuber, let us know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C note and share this video with someone. Anyone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you, so that we can all talk that talk together. Vito, funniest thing I've seen so far this week, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, First Take versus Skip Bayless, Michael Irvin, Undisputed. They done turned their podcast into a soap opera. You got Shannon Sharp. He recently just came out and said that he wanted to slap Skip Bayless over when they were going back and forth. Stephen A. has recently been on his podcast dissing Skip Bayless and why Skip is going. It's just like a whole bunch of...
I seen him diss Max Kellerman too.
Yeah, but that's and the crazy thing about it, a lot of people are trying to say Max Kellerman got fired because a lot of the people are saying that he acts more black than Stephen A. Smith. Did you see that? It's a clip.
Yeah, I seen T.O. come at his neck.
Yeah, T.O., but they made a whole clip out of that with T.O. and them. So they really saying he got rid of Max Kellerman for nothing. But he's trying to say Max Kellerman was nobody. Like, he wasn't a journalist. He wasn't an athlete or none of that.
Yeah, I seen that. But my only thing about that is, if he's saying he's not an athlete because he ain't played at professional levels, neither Stephen A. Smith.
Right, but that's why he threw the journalist thing in.
You don't have to be a journalist to know sports, though.
Right. That's what I agree with that. But it's like, I don't know, man. They done kind of, now they giving all these guys this on TV, they podcast too.
Let me ask you this, though. Do you watch First Take and Undisputed?
Really, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't really watched First Take like that since Max Kellerman was on there.
All right, well, I don't know if it's just me, but since Shannon switch, the dynamic on neither show is any good.
Really?
Keyshawn Johnson talk way too much.
Right.
Michael Irvin, I fuck with Irvin.
I mean, I have watched both shows. Yeah. I just don't watch them consistently.
He be over-talking people. Sherm don't really say much, and Skip really don't say shit at all.
Right.
And I didn't really watch First Take since it was Skip and Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
So I catch it every now and then. It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. And it's like, basically, being as though they have podcasts now, it's like they running out of topics to talk about on a podcast when they start going into this. But it's real goofy. Coach Prime and them boys got treated. He took his first loss. Is it time to come down on the expectations for Coach Prime, Vito? That's the first question I ask you.
Nah,
why you say that?
My expectations are still high because of the dynamic he brings into that program. You know what I'm saying? He brought 80 new players.
Right.
And they're still doing good.
But your expectations are for them to win.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my expectations are for the win, but just be better.
Better than they were.
Yeah, so at the end of the day...
I think they already passed that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I see them losing about 5-6 games, so... You know, I didn't expect them to go undefeated.
Now, I want to ask you something, Vito, because you and I were talking, and you said you haven't been watching college football, but you back watching it because of Coach Prime.
Just before we can, I just want to give a shout out to my young boy Tasheem Johnson. He played for Oregon. He's safety in number 0.
Shout out to him.
But yeah, Prime is pretty much the only reason why I watch college football right now. In the young boy that played for Oregon. Other than that, I haven't watched that shit probably since Reggie Bush.
But why? Why has Prime got you watching it? Is there some reason? What is Prime doing?
It's just what he brings to the game. He brings swag. He brings old school mentality. He brings a little bit of new school mentality. He brings the celebrities to the game,
right,
to give the players that wouldn't get a whole lot of looks. So whatever the following the celebrity brings, that brings them to see, open their eyes. Just like if you see how many more viewers and how much tickets are going now, like people that never watched it watch it now.
I'm glad you made it seem like that because when they played their first home opener game and all the celebrities was there, on Twitter and social media, they took a lot of backlash for that. Like, Prime was doing too much, first home game.
I don't know.
And then you know how people just start throwing anything out there. He ain't bring all them people to Jackson State. And
I've seen a comment like that, which that lets me know that it's just pure hate because he definitely had all them same guys at Jackson State. He had Yellow Bees, he had Little Baby, Little Wayne. He had all them guys at Jackson State.
Yeah, he had everybody out for that first Colorado home game.
Yeah, and to this day, Jackson State is still getting TV games on this trickle-down effect of what he brought.
Yeah. Shout out to that. I meant to give you your props on that, Vito, because I seen Jackson State on TV a couple times. Yeah, a couple times, and I'm like, damn, Vito did say they still would have that look.
Listen, and the average motherfucker don't realize is Eddie George is a coach of an HBCU. You don't hear about that.
Right.
You know Mo Williams used to play for the Bucks.
Right.
He's a coach for Jackson State basketball. And he said in a press conference that, y'all come to the Jackson State football games. Y'all got to start coming to our games. So that means with him being an NBA player and a famous guy, they still don't even get nobody in the seats at the basketball games.
That was my next question, because everything Prime has been doing these first couple weeks with Colorado is a lot of talk that Prime is the prime example that college football needs more black coaches, and that more black coaches can be successful in college football. Do you agree with that? Keep it a C-note.
I agree they need more black coaches, but that don't mean they're going to be more successful. Just because you're black don't mean you're going to win games.
Right.
Because as you can see, he still has a bottom-of-the-barrel team. They just got some wins.
Right. And I think Prime, like you said, personality, his swag and all that is going to make a lot of kids want to play for him. And he was like the greatest at his position, pause. So it's going to make a lot of kids want to play for him. We had this conversation before, though, when we was talking about other black, when he was still at Jackson State. I don't think that other black coaches would be able to get the recruits and the transfer portal like Prime unless you got guys with those type of personalities. Because like you said, they already got black coaches that don't really – it's just his Prime. He's made for TV.
Think about what he's doing. Remember when I said the following of the celebrities, which gets all the young boys, they love Lil Baby, they love Lil Wayne.
Right.
Probably older motherfuckers, but Lil Baby, Key Glock, Yellow BZ, all them young motherfuckers follow him. Think about how smart that is. He's getting them guys to come to the game, so when they go on social media and they post and shit, them young guys see that and they want to stay like, damn, Prime got them guys. I want to be a part of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see that trend getting bigger with other black coaches, especially if they have some type of relationship with these celebrities.
Yeah, but to me, I just think it's Prime's personality. Prime got that personality that to interact with them guys. You got to look, a lot of the guys this under our generation, they basically, or our generation, came up looking up to Prime. You know what I mean? Him and the cameras, and so they know you going to get camera time with Prime. Even if it's not because you playing good, just because he said something crazy. This has been him as a player and now as a coach. But I don't think you could take like a a lame, like Randy Moss would be a good coach, probably have a lot. But I don't think just any black
No,
coach.
it's not going to work for
Yeah, I
anybody.
don't think that's the case.
You got to have them relationships first and foremost. And at the average NBA, NFL player don't have relationships because they're not that type of guy.
Right. So they got Caleb Williams, USC next week. Do you think, not us, but do you think a lot of people going to start hating on Prime if the losses start piling up?
He was hating on Prime when he was winning.
I mean, more though. Is it going to go overkill?
There's going to be a lot of I told you so's. But everybody knows they couldn't fuck with Oregon or USC. So
right.
You ain't saying that we didn't know.
I agree with that. Now, Vito, you and I went back and forth recently. I tell you that I believe college football is like college basketball to the NBA now, meaning it's not relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a whole conversation about that. So I just want to ask you again, did your thoughts change on any of that? You still think it's relevant?
Well, I think it's relevant. The only time I watch college basketball is during the tournament.
Right.
And I don't even watch it that much during the tournament. I catch certain
But what
teams.
what about football, though?
Now, football, on the other hand, up until this point, it pretty much wasn't relevant to me. But since Prime came back into it,
but what I mean is, like, with college basketball now, you got NCAA, you got dudes overseas. So basketball ain't really the prime focus for the NBA no more. What I'm saying is,
hold on, how? What do you mean basketball is not the prime?
I mean not basketball, but college basketball, not the prime focus. But my thing with college football, like I told you, it's too many divisions, too many awards, too many players get drafted, and it just seems like these guys aren't that good. You get out of a draft, and we say it's like 230-something people. You barely get 10, 11 good, like, nice players in the draft, and the rest of them dudes be duds.
But you need them middle-of-the-pack guys for special teams and substitutes.
But, I mean, a lot of them be duds. Like, this is why I start noticing that. The Rams say F them picks. So we was picking 3rd round, 5th round. And I start noticing we picking up dudes, he led the ACC in tackles the last 2 years, or this guy, he was the top cornerback in that conference, and they get to the NFL, they can't tackle. I'm like, how did you lead them?
Go ahead.
So to me, it just started feeling like it's irrelevant.
It depends how you look at it, because what I've noticed over the years, where you land makes a big difference in your career.
Right.
So, like, if you're a top pick, 9 out of 10, you're playing for a bum team. Like a top 5 quarterback, he goes to a bum team on the offensive line. That's going to stunt his growth.
Right.
His first 4 or 5 years, if they don't upgrade, they ain't going to look like shit. He ain't going to look like he any good. Like Geno Smith, all these years ain't been shit. Just out of the blue, last year he goes crazy.
Right.
So I feel like that makes it, especially if you like their system. Like the best example is when Chip Kelly went to the Eagles. You got rid of Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy, and Michael Vick.
Right.
All because he wanted his system his way.
Right.
So where you go, it makes a big difference.
But going back to what I was saying about the Rams, though, all that stuff you saying is true, but these guys are coming in. They top guys in college. They play the same defensive scheme. They coming right in with a chance to be starters. And these guys be duds.
That's true. Because a lot of the times they're playing against guys that are way less talented than them, and they get over and they look good in college, and they get to the league where you're paying the top talent, and you don't be shit.
Right.
But I still don't think, because at the end of the day, even like you got a lot of duds, you still got guys that are nice.
And then, yeah, you do got guys that are nice, but then you got the guys, Justin Fields, a guy that's killed in college, hyped up all these years. He go to the league, and he looked like he never thrown a football in his life. What's the guy, Zach Wilson, the Jets? You got all these guys in college, they tearing it up. They get to NFL, they look like they've never thrown a football before.
But that goes back to the system you run. Think about it. When the 49ers, when we had Harbaugh as our coach,
right?
Alex Smith was our starter. He went down. Colin Kaepernick became the starter. The coach changed the whole offense around Colin Kaepernick
right.
to make him be at his best.
Right, and that's what
All
more
coaches
coaches are
don't do
doing.
that, yeah.
But they're doing more coaches are doing that now.
But they don't do it enough. Like,
right.
for example, we had Trey Lance. Trey Lance, he only played really 4 games, and you didn't adjust the offense to what he does best. You got to have him in the shotgun, and I would have went 5 wide way more, because if they play a zone,
he can take off.
He can, no. If they play the zone, it's going to be pockets open. If they play man, he could take off.
Yeah. I agree, but I don't know, man. And then you got the guys like, for every Jalen Rieger we got like a Cooper Cup, or like, even like, say for instance, Puka Nacua, 5th round guy. You know what I mean? So you got some of them guys, they be 5th round guys, they turn out to be all right.
Yeah. That's why draft position, to me, when they say this guy shouldn't be, you can't draft this guy like in the 1st round, you can't draft him at the 5th pick. Man, that shit don't mean nothing. If he what you think he is,
go get him.
Go get him, because the number where he's projected to be picked, if he's projected to be a 2nd round and you pick him in the 1st round, they say, oh, he should have. That shit don't mean nothing.
Okay. I had a little situation. There's been a lot of people grinding me up for a lot of clips that come out. I grind Ben Simmons up. They grind me up. I grind Kawhi Leonard up. They grind me up. Listen, we got a lot of people robbing the league in the NBA. The NBA season is almost back upon us, Vito. So I want to ask you to give me the top 3 players in the NBA right now that's robbing the league. They're overpaid. Keep it a C-note.
My number 3, Tobias Harris.
Tobias?
Yes. Now, I fuck with him, but last year he averaged 14, 5, and 2.
Right.
Since 2019, he's got 30, 32, 34, 35, 37. This year, he's getting $39 million.
Yeah.
Over his career, he's made $209 million, and with this next season coming up, it'll be the $248.
Yikes!
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's robbery.
All right, my number 2.
But the rebuttal that though, the Sixers are accomplice to that robbery. They're co-conspirators because they should never give that boy that money.
My number 2, Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
He averaged 14, 4, and 4.
Right.
Now, since 2020, he's made 28, 29, 30, 31.
Right.
For his career, as of last season, he's up to $236 million. And after the end of this season, which he's making another 31, it'll be $268.
Yeah, that boy
Robin, he just be out there some days.
Yeah, he robbing the league, man.
And my number 1, even though I like him and I feel like he's being misused, Ben Simmons.
Okay.
He averaged 6, 6, and 6 last year.
Yikes. Triple sixes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
Since 2020, he got 30, 33, 35, 37. Next year is 40.
Robbery.
So far, he's made 125. The next 2 seasons, 37 and 40, it'd be up to 203. Yeah,
that boy robbing the league.
Definitely robbing the league.
He's actually my number 3. In the last 4 years, like you said, 147 million all together. No, he's played 147 games in the last 4 years. Yikes, he's stealing money. Number 2, I'm going Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal this year, he's going to make $46 million. In the last 4 years, he's played 207 games. That boy robbing.
I seen Bill on the top of the list, but I didn't put Bill, even though due to injury he missed games. But when he plays, he gets busy. These guys don't get busy and they play.
Yeah, but man, the best ability is
availability. But when you are available, you give me what I'm looking for. Ben Simmons, even though he been hurt, he ain't been right. I don't know if he hustling the league or what.
My number 1 though, I'm going Kawhi Leonard.
Can't go Kawhi.
I'm going, bro, in 4 years, he's played 161 games. He's playing 40 games a year, and he's making like $47 million.
But he's not even the top 10 in getting paid, is he?
I don't know if he's top 10, but I'm not paying you $47 million to be playing 40 games.
I agree.
That's robbing the league.
He's not robbing the league.
He's robbing the league.
He getting like a backdoor payment.
No, he robbing the league.
He getting an underground
and you
payment.
know what's crazy? A lot of people give him credit for that year in Toronto. I give him credit too. But when you look, he missed a lot of games that year too.
He did.
He missed a lot of games.
And he didn't show up in a lot of them fourth quarters either. But without him, they don't win. And he took a
No, ain't no doubt. They don't win without him.
That wasn't right. And won, even though it was a lot of injury. But fuck all that. But why I can't give him on the list is he only robbed the league due to not playing. When he plays, he's good. These guys I named,
that's not true though.
Actually playing.
He was actually robbing the league when it was just load management. He started the load management. To be honest with you, I think
they was getting load management with Tim Duncan.
He was getting load management with the Spurs too.
Yeah, but
I mean him. They were getting load management because they were an older team. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about him in his prime, young ball.
You're right.
He the first one, man. Right. That nigga's still in paper. Listen, Vito, you and I, we went back and forth. I just recently seen Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and the guys. They were trying to pick a solid 12 to send to the Olympics in 2024. A lot of people grind me up because I said don't send LeBron and all them old guys over there together. I just want to clarify. I'm not saying you can't send a couple of them guys, but you can't have 6, 7 older guys on that team for multiple reasons. That was what I was saying.
What's the reasons?
First of all, because Team USA, you gotta somehow or another put the younger guys in there somewhere.
You don't have to.
In 4 years, none of the guys, Draymond, LeBron, KD, none of them probably won't even be in the league.
Oh,
so you gotta somehow you gotta slip younger guys in there. Or not in 4 years, you're gonna go over there with a whole team of niggas that never been over there, no experience, no nothing. That's why I say that. You want me to set it off?
Go ahead.
All right, my 12, I'm sending over there. I'm not naming starters or nothing. I'm just naming players. Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is it true or not? I've heard Steph Curry's never played in the Olympics. I heard somebody say that on a show or something.
Now that you say that, I don't recall him ever playing.
That's interesting. We got to look that up. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm taking Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, AD, Kyrie, and I'm taking Chet Holmgren.
No.
Yeah, I'm taking Chet. We don't have the pause. We don't got that many bigs over here, this American-born players. And before the injury, there's all this hype about Victor Wembanyama. Chet was owning them over there in FIBA for the Team USA. He was getting out on Wembanyama now. So, and he can spot up and shoot. What we need over there is a lot of them big men that can.
But Chet is big. Chet. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. Chet is tall. He ain't big.
Yeah, that's why I did have a hard time with that. He's not bigger, but I think he'll be able to adapt because he's athletic. You know what I mean? And he's willing to play defense.
Yeah, he is.
So that's why. But
he is tough, though.
I'm not sending LeBron and Draymond. I'm not sending them guys over. KD, I feel like you got to send him over. They saying like he's like the greatest winning percentage or something. So you got to send him over. I know LeBron trying to have his Kobe Bryant redeem team moment with this team, but you don't really need him.
Yeah. See, I didn't even realize. I didn't take consideration that it's 4 years. Mm-hmm. When is it? Olympics 2024?
Yeah, 24.
All right, that's next year.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, so my team is Curry,
right?
Dame,
right?
Devin Booker,
right?
Mitchell,
Donovan
Mitchell, Jimmy Butler,
right?
Brian, KD, Tatum. I'll take Draymond. I'll take AD, and for the bigs, I'll take Miles Turner and Jared Allen because Miles Turner rebounds, block shots, can score, and can hit a three.
I'm not mad at Miles Turner.
And Jared Allen, I'm taking him strictly because he don't need no plays called for him. He's
gonna
all rebounds, he's all block shots, and he's physical.
A couple of them guys I didn't take. Shout out Kareem the Dream. One thing that he actually said that was real, it was a couple years ago when they were over there. Dame and them ain't do good over. Dame was over there. Remember, Dame ended up leaving. I don't know if he went back a couple years ago, but he was over there. Dame struggled in international play.
I don't remember Dame being over there, but
he was over there a couple games for sure. I don't know if he ended up coming back
with the team. I just named all he got to do is shoot. He ain't got to do nothing else.
Yeah, but I mean that's my thing. You gotta have a blend because over there they're gonna play physical. Now I do agree with you what you were saying about Chet being big but not big. Pause. But I believe Bam Adebayo is a hustle guy, like you were saying with Turner. I believe Jaren Jackson had just played defense. It's a lot of guys because you got guys. To be honest, I wanted to put Trae Young on that list. I think Trae Young is the perfect point guard for Team USA to have because he can shoot, he passes. He's a willing passer. I think he's the perfect point guard to put on that team.
And when people just think of Trae Young, they just think of shooting, but they don't realize Trae Young get to the basket, he get to the foul line, and he get assists.
Right. That's what it's about. Like he is a willing passer. That's what I'm saying. He's a willing passer. And Ja Morant, I originally said you got to put Ja Morant on the team. I put him on the roster. But after I thought about it, I was kind of scared because when we look back at international play and we compare Ja to like an AI ain't really do too good over there.
That's because they can camp in the lane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't really, so I was kind of hesitant, like maybe Ja ain't, but I think Ja would be able to
international
adapt.
ball, you definitely need shooters because they ain't no 3 seconds. They can camp in the lane and they can grab the rebound off the rim.
But that's another reason why if you got Jimmy Butler on the team already, you don't need a Draymond and a LeBron and all them guys. When you got Kevin Durant, Tatum, and guys that shoot better than them that you can really use.
You need them guys for what they bring to the table. They bring a certain way of playing. If you got Jimmy Butler, he going to set the tone. You got Draymond Green, he going to set the tone.
All right, this how I look at it, and I may be wrong for that. And I'm glad you said that. My mentality was this. If Jimmy Butler can get a bunch of mechanics and free agents on Miami Heat to become dogs, he can get any NBA star in the Team Olympics to be dogs. That's why I say if you got Jimmy Butler, you don't need Draymond Green. You don't need them guys.
Draymond is replaceable, but I like Draymond because of his IQ. Because in a team of a bunch of stars, he know how to put, you got to be here. You got to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't more so his skill, like he can shoot. He not the greatest at nothing, but he know how to get people in the right position.
Right. All right, let me ask you this. Errol Spence triggered his rematch. Bud Crawford said we going again at 147, kind of went against his word, but he's trying to make it look like what was in the contract. The language of the contract says they have to fight at 147 again. A lot of people saying he's scared to fight at 154. They're trying to drain Errol. What's your thoughts on all of it?
My thoughts on that is for the amount of time they got in between the fight, 47-54 ain't that much of a difference.
Right.
But it ain't like the fight is 3 months away. The fight been going, like, you already went in training for the first fight. So the next fight is only a couple months away. So you still should be in some type of shape.
Right.
At the end of the day, I thought Errol Spence would beat Bud, but from what I seen, Spence ain't got nothing for him.
Yeah, he ain't got nothing.
I don't give a fuck what weight.
And again, that's what I'm saying. Again, I can see 154 giving Errol more power, but it's not going to stop him from taking them punches.
Errol could fight at 154, and Crawford could fight at 147, and Crawford still gonna beat the shit out of him. What I
see. Yeah, you ain't never lied. I agree with that, but it's like social media, they love to make you the top guy and then make you the villain.
Also, I'm a big fan of Boots.
Yeah, shout out Boots.
Boots didn't look too great in his last 2 fights. And I don't know if Boots ready for Crawford. I think he'll beat Earl Spence, but I don't know yet.
Nah, I don't think he ready for Bud. I don't think he
ready for Bud yet.
And shout out my neighbor. Me and my neighbor, his folks be in the same gym as Boots, so he feel as though they all family.
Yeah,
and
listen,
he always talk this Boots stuff.
My young boy, you listen, years ago, my young boy D Flame told me that he got Boots of everybody. Now, I knew who Boots was at the time, but he wasn't where he is at now. And he said that he was over everybody. But at this point, I still don't think he's ready for Crawford yet.
Yeah, I don't think he ready for Crawford. What about, they talking about him and Keith Thurman? You like that fight?
No, I don't like Keith. First and foremost, I think he'll beat Keith Thurman.
I do too.
But why take the risk of losing to Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman ain't fought in I don't know how long.
Right.
So why even take the chance? Because at the end of the day, he still can fight and he still hit hard. So why even risk taking the loss?
I mean, what do you mean by risk? So if it's not Keith Thurman, would you rather him fight a Ken?
Yeah. What the fuck you talking? If
you got a fire grade.
Listen, if I'm Boots and I'm aspiring to be the champ, I want to fight Crawford.
Right.
I'd rather fight a Can in between to get to Crawford than to fight a motherfucker who can possibly give me a loss. Now, on the flip side, I don't have a problem with him taking the Thurman fight because it gives him more experience against a better fighter. Right. But at the end of the day, that shit don't mean nothing. If you lose, you starting over.
Hey, Vito, I think your name for the day should have been Vito Stevenson. You sound like a Shakur Stevenson move is in effect, man.
That shit been going on forever. Niggas been ducking forever.
Yeah, you ain't never lied about that.
At the end of the day, like I say, it's a business. It's a business. You trying to get the biggest money fight.
That's definitely a business move if you choose the Cans. Thursday night football, you got Detroit at Green Bay. Keep it a C-No. Who you got?
I got Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit as well. That's for sure. You got anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I got something on the Brock Purdy slander I've been hearing on TV lately, man.
What's the slander about Brock?
The slander is they keep saying, I don't know how good the 49ers is due to the quarterback because we don't know what it is, what Brock Purdy is yet. My whole issue is with that is, after 4 games, you claim you knew what Trey Lance was.
Right.
And the offense that you claim you could put any quarterback in and they'll succeed.
Right.
But after 8 games plus playoff wins, you still don't know what Brock Purdy is. If you know football, you can see after a couple games who can play and who can't.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen, shout out to that. I think I got something in my cup. Shout out to that because on that note, I'm going to keep it a C-note. It's still early in the season, but I must say Brock Purdy is way better than I thought he was. And just because of the first 4 games, I thought he was going to be not even an injury enough, and I just thought he was going to be figured out. Mm-hmm. And that boy's sharp. Because I was one of them guys that used to say you could put any quarterback in that offense. Even though you're only throwing 3-yard routes, you still got to be precise with the routes. And I think that's what the problem was with Trey Young. But shout out Brock Purdy because he definitely been getting busy. Mm-hmm. You rarely in the games now. Again, they 3-0. They haven't played none of the good defenses, but against he's doing what he's supposed to do against the teams he's supposed to do. He looked accurate. I ain't seen that many misthrown footballs.
And like what you said, like 3-yard routes, we do a ton of that.
Right.
But what I also notice is with Brock Purdy, we go down the field way more than we did since Smith.
He'll go down the field.
He goes down the field. Like the average fan of football, like whatever team you're a fan of, if you're not a fan of 49ers, you're not going to watch this as much. Being as though I'm a 49ers fan, I watch more than the average person. It's 3 plays that lets me know that he's just not, actually a couple more than 3, but in the pocket, when the blitz is coming and he know the blitz is coming, they got a free rusher, he just stare down the barrel and let that shit rip. He don't even take his eyes off the receivers. That pass he did to the receiver, Ronnie Bell, it was a fucked up snap. Threw off the timing. He still had to duck to get it, throw it over the defender in front of him, and still put it where only receiver can get it. And in the last 2 weeks, that pass when we played Pittsburgh,
right?
And you remember the pass he threw to Ayuk on Patrick Peterson in the corner?
Was it a touchdown?
The touchdown pass.
Okay.
And motherfuckers might have said, "Oh, that's just a 50-50 ball he threw up." He did the same exact play the next week to Debo.
Right.
So that lets you know that guy works on that type of shit. I just ain't no 50-50 ball because Debo ain't no 50-50. He don't jump up and go get the shit.
Did he? I'm not a college literate with football. Did he go to Iowa?
Iowa State.
Iowa State? All right, well, anything in Iowa, it seems like they make tough football players anyway. But you're damn right, though. He does take a lot of hits to get a shot down the field. So, yeah, again, if it is a tape on Brock Purdy, they ain't put it out yet. And the Niners, I would thought Brock Purdy would have more troubles than Jalen Hurts has had the first couple. Not really trouble, but not looking as sharp because Purdy and them, they is basically the same offense year in and year out, just a different quarterback. But yeah, he got a little bit of sharpness to him. He got a little bit of confidence.
He got a little gunslinger, and then if I could compare him to any quarterback right off top, he reminds me of Tony Romo.
Tony Romo?
If you ever pay attention, when the blitz is coming, he is sitting into the last second and spin out.
Listen, Vito. As much as I like to see the 49ers be miserable and not win nothing every year, we won't let you come back with a better comparison because I don't think you don't want the Tony Romo comparison.
Listen, at the end of the day, even though they didn't win, Tony Romo still was a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying because if you talking Tony Romo, his potential is capped.
Yeah, but he still was a good quarterback. Brock Purdy ain't the best quarterback.
Right.
He's a good quarterback that can get the job done. That's
he's moving up on my list. He's damn near almost towards my top 10 list.
Yeah,
almost towards my top 10. Right now,
he reminds me of Tony Romo because Tony Romo used to do the same exact thing. Sit in the pocket to the last second when the blitz gets there, he'll spin out and throw that shit downfield.
What y'all think of that, people? Vito says Brock Purdy reminds him of Tony Romo. Y'all agree with it? Should we call him Oouuber? Keep it a C-no. Let me know. He's drinking, just to let y'all know. You got anything else, Vito?
No.
Nothing else from Vito. Nothing else from me. Definitely about to wrap this episode up. Definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, this your first time tuning in. Salute. Please make sure you hit the sub button, the like button, and the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment if you agree, disagree, want to correct us, or if you just want to call us an Uber, let us know in the comments. And please share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you so that we can all talk together. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
Vito.
Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep it a C-note. We holla at y'all. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.